Welcome to One Cool Thing. Thank you for joining PCMag's occasional video series where we talk to you and wax poetic about something amazing and cool that we're testing out here in PC Labs, and here being, for the moment, all of our homes around the country. What we've got for you today is a new product from Razer that is certainly raises some eyebrows because it's the first time in recent memory that Razer has done a lot of things. And my colleague Matt Buzzi is going to tell us all about it. So Matt, this is the Razer Blade 14. 14 inches on that's incredible for Razer. Unpack some of that.
Yeah, the 14 inches is one of the many new things they've done. The other involves one of the components, which we'll get to. This is indeed a 14-inch blade. It looks a lot like the other Blade laptops, which if it's not broke, don't fix it kind of thing. We love that Blade design normally. They have it in 15, 17, and most recently 13 inches. That's the other newest form factor. So they clearly have decided that smaller is a thing that people want, more portable, to make it a true portable gaming laptop. The Blade 15 sort of was always the go-to thin and light high-end gaming laptop, but people want even more compact form factors, truly portable systems, and this accomplishes that. But it's the same great metal build. It's pretty light. It's only 0.66 inches thick, so it is really a super portable, super compact system.
So we've got a even numbered screen, 14 inches. What else is new about this Razer Blade 14?
So, of course, the Razer Blade 13 being so compact can only go up so high on the GPU and CPU side, and the 15 and 17 inch are where the real high-end power happens until now. This has a Ryzen 9, yes, AMD, another departure for Razer, another one of the new things, a Ryzen 9 5000 series CPU inside, which, again, something that's compact for a chip that we have found to be that fast and that efficient is really appealing. On top of that, the Razer Blade 13 maxed out, I believe, at the G1650 Ti was the max ceiling, and this can go all the way up to the RTX 3080. There's three configurations. It starts at $1799, but the first one has the 3060, and then from there you can get a 3070 or a 3080. Those also pair with different screen resolutions and refresh rates. So from Full HD to QHD, 144 hertz and 165 hertz. So those are tied to the different GPUs as you go up the models. It tops out at $2799 is the most expensive one. So a lot of power in this small 14-inch form factor. The 3080, I would say a small kind of disclaimer on that is that with the 30 series GPUs, we have not found them all to be made equal. One 3080 might not perform the same as another 3080. And that's sort of intentional. That's not like a secret they're trying to keep. It just is something we do have to explain to people. NVIDIA is letting the manufacturers sort of implement the wattage that they need for the size of their system and for the power that their system can deliver. And if it's a small compact laptop like this, it only has so much room for thermals and so much room for power delivery to the GPU. So the wattage is kind of limited by the form factor, and the manufacturer tweaks it to get sort of the sweet spot of performance out of the GPU and thermals and fan noise, and not letting it overheat or run through all its power right away, or all those combinations. So I can't speak to how this performs yet. This is a pre-production model, so we are unable to run our full suite of benchmarks on the system. But when a full unit comes in for review, I will see exactly how good the 3080 or 3070 or 3060, whichever GPU they send us, will actually perform. But it is important to test those because one 3080 could even perform more like a 3070 if it's really high wattage and a 3080 is low wattage. So it's really important to run the individual tests on each GPU we get these days.
So do we have any guesses, though, as to like what a sweet spot configuration would be for this, or we'll just have to wait and see how they perform?
Yeah, I get, because of what I just explained, I would say I tend to lean more towards the 3070 being perhaps a better value play than the 3080. The 3080 will squeeze out more frames, but it might only be it might not be worth the dollar jump. Again, it's $2,200 for the 3070 SKU and $2,800 for the 3080. So it's a lot of extra money for, at this point, unsure how many frames, but what we've seen on other laptops, the gap is not so big, and the 3080 name doesn't quite mean what it does on the desktop side, where you really are definitely getting this big chunk of performance. I think on laptops, because of the restrictions, there's sort of diminishing returns as you move up the stack. So I would say the more budget friendly, it's still $1,800 because I mean, this is a nice premium build. You're getting a 144 hertz screen, even in the base model, terabyte of SSD storage, the Ryzen 9 processor. It's good off the bat, but the base model 1800 is a little more, budget friendly, affordable with the 3060, and then $2,200 for the 3070 might be the best balance of power and the sort of more entry level option.
Yeah, that sounds like a good balance to me. And that 144 hertz screen seems to be key there, because you're probably not going, even with the 3080, you're probably not going to want to go move up to that. I believe you said there was an additional screen option, which or is 140.
It's the 3060 model has a full HD 144 hertz, and the 3070 and 3080 model use the same QHD 165 hertz screen.
Oh, okay. So I mean, yeah, that sounds like that the 3070 would realistically, for what you're going to use a 14-inch gaming laptop for, would probably work. But like you said, we'll have to test it out. But I mean, I think to me the key thing is, like, that looks like a Razer. Razer has always been a thin, like, trying to make the thinnest and lightest gaming laptops they can. Now every other manufacturer is trying to do that too. So Razer kind of has to push the envelope a little bit. But like, from everything that you've said, it seems like it has a lot of promise, as most Razers do. But the striking thing is about it is that the Ryzen chips, which we haven't seen in recent memory from a Razer laptop, and B, it's so close to the Razer Blade Stealth, which really isn't a gaming laptop, or it wasn't initially. This is, it sounds like, and that's very exciting.
Yeah, that extra inch of overall diagonal size makes a pretty big difference, it turns out, for thermals and what a laptop is capable of being equipped with. So that obviously includes the GPU chiefly, but also a higher end CPU. There's also a few extras. Again, as I said, this is kind of a higher starting price. You're looking at something, I mean, it's a nice small compact gaming laptop. If you're going to spend as much on a MacBook Pro or something in the same price range that really isn't equipped for gaming, the price becomes pretty justifiable. But in addition to that, there's features like Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth, a Windows Hello camera, USB-C. So there are a number of things that kind of round out the feature set and price. We can't speak to battery life yet. Again, haven't tested it. Also the RGB keyboard, the per key backlighting, another nice high-end feature. So yeah, it's kind of just filled back to front with premium stuff and some of the things we associate with the 15-inch and the 17-inch larger Blade laptops. And it's all here. I mean, it really is no sort of compromise. We'll see if the compromise comes in on the side of the performance in the future when we get a full retail model in. But
yeah,
on paper, it definitely looks like a more portable Blade laptop for sure.
And we will definitely, as you said, confirm that when we do fully test it. And in order to find that out, you'll want to visit PCMag.com, where you'll see the full review when it gets published. Very much looking forward to seeing the final verdict on this new Razer Blade 14 with AMD Ryzen processors. And check back soon for the full review. And thanks very much for watching One Cool Thing.